Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Want to do a story time for you guys, right? We haven't done one in a long time. Actually, I don't think we've done one ever on this channel, have we? Yeah, we haven't done one. So this is our first ever story time, and we're gonna tell you guys how we met. Yeah. Are you ready, baby?
I guess so.
You guess so?
Yeah, well, you know, my wife, she had to interrupt my lunch nap after eating a soup and sandwich and a strawberry Kit Kat. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of tired, but I guess I'll do this thing. Our story is completely different from each of one of us because we come from different backgrounds, but as you will get to know, but yeah. So, I met Violet at Safeway. I was a cashier, and there was a running joke that I was checking her out.
That's right.
Yeah, get it? Checking your groceries, checking her out. Okay. Anyways, I was checking her out and her groceries in the store, and you know, I've seen lots of people and all that kind of stuff, but she stood out. She was, she had amazing, beautiful features. And so I just, you know, struck up a conversation like I always do at Safeway. And then, you know, one day I was walking out of Safeway, and I was literally across the street from the Safeway is a power plant. And it's like this little power plant that's surrounded by bricks. And there's a bus stop right in front. And she was getting on a bus stop. She was getting on the bus, and I was walking back home, and I was just like, oh, hey, I know who you are. You come through Safeway all the time. How are things going? And you know, we just I kind of asked you for your number,
yeah,
right?
You did,
in
yeah.
a weird way, like.
And so my side of the story, I used to go into Safeway a lot. Coming from school, my bus stop was right at Safeway, so I'd always go in there before heading home. So every time I went in there, I used to see this guy. He was a cashier at Safeway, of course, like he said. And I'd always go into his line, right? Because he was so friendly. And, you know, as time went on, I realized that he was a little extra friendly. And I was like, oh my God, this guy, like, what does he want from me? He keeps looking at me and talking to me, and like, he's so interested in me. Like, oh my God, it's freaking me out. So I decided to start avoiding his line. So I would always go to like self-checkout. I'll go to self-checkout, and I'd always go to like different cashiers because I was so freaked out by Philip's attention. Honestly, I feel like he was a little intense. Like, he wasn't subtle at all. I knew he liked me like from the get-go, you know. But anyway, so I started to avoid him, and sometimes I'd go to the self-checkout lines, and he would see me and say, hey, you, I'm open over here. And I'm like, and I would literally die. Because he would like shout from like two cashiers down. He would shout, and everyone would just like stare at me. So I couldn't say no, you know what I mean? So I just had to go to his line, and it was always so, it was awkward for me, but you know, he always asked me questions. So, what do you like in music? You know, he was like trying to get to know me in line, you know what I mean? And there was always people behind us, and were looking at us like, what is going on? Like, keep it moving, you know? But yeah, and then, you know, finally that one day we met together. We met out at that power station, right? Was it?
Yeah.
And he asked for my number, and he said he wanted us to go downtown together. Actually, he asked me, do you want to go downtown with me on Friday? And I was like, yeah, why not? So I gave him my number, and what happened then?
So I got home, and you know, it was such an awkward thing that I didn't know how to go about it, because it's just like, well, that was awkward trying to get a number. I don't know why. I'm not very good at it. So, you know, it was just weird. So I ended up texting her. Didn't I? I texted you, right?
No,
I called you.
Called me, yeah.
I called her, and I thought she was with somebody. It sounded weird in the background. There was noise in the background, and I'm trying. She'll explain what happened there, but anyways, I was like, hey, hello, this is Philip. You gave me your number. you want to go to like downtown or Starbucks or go for a walk or something? And so she's like, yeah, sure. And we go to, I meet her at Starbucks, and I end up saying, hey, do you want to go get something to eat? And she's like, yeah, sure. So we end up walking to a Mexican restaurant, and then she's like, no, I don't want to do that. I just want to walk around. I'm like, okay. So we walk around, and it's so weird because I've never been with a girl that just wants to walk around for a first date. Like, never. It's weird. It's like, okay, like, and I'm just like trying to point out places to eat. No. It's like, okay. Then we ended up, just ending it from there. Like, as far as the day goes, it was just kind of weird, awkward. Mm-hmm. And so I guess we set up another one and. At a restaurant this time, Mexican restaurant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, again, it was just kind of weird.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me explain. He called me on Thursday, and I used to live in this like student house where like it was a shared house. Everyone has their own rooms, but we used to have like shared bathrooms and shared kitchen and living space, right? So my roommates were having a little get together. So I was sitting on the table, we're actually having dinner with all my roommates about school and all that stuff. And then that's when Philip called me. So when he called me, I'm scheduled to hang out on Friday. Now that Friday, you guys, I think that's when in my head, that's when I decided that, yeah, I'm gonna actually start dating this guy. Because usually I used to meet him at the Safeway, and he would always wear his Safeway uniform. It was like a white shirt and black slacks and a little apron, green apron, was it? Mm-hmm. And that's all I used to see him in, right? So that's Solomon in the background. He wants to sleep. So this Friday when I met him, it was about 1 p.m. Remember, baby? It was about 1 p.m. So I get out of my house, and we used to live just like 2 streets from each other. So I come out of my house and walk to the street where I was supposed to meet him. Actually, baby, I don't think we met in a Starbucks. I think we met on the street on the same power plant. True. Yeah. So I walk out of my house and go to the street where the power plant was, and he was on the other side of the street, and I look at him and I realized that he looked so different, guys. He was wearing like a button down shirt, and it was a checkered shirt with blue jeans, and he had tucked in his shirt, and he had a brown belt on and brown shoes. He just looked so good, and I don't know why, it made me feel so special because I felt like he had put in effort, you know what I mean? I felt like it was a little of an effort, and I felt like it was not like a meetup, it was more like a date, you know what I mean? It gave me those vibes. And when Philip saw me, he's like, hey! He was so excited, and it just made me feel so special because I've never seen him dress up like that before. So, and this was the first time he was meeting me outside of Safeway, so I thought it was just so special, and it just warmed my heart, So Philip was looking so nice, and he was so sweet to me, and he was so nice, and I just loved it. So yeah, that was our first date ever. We just walked around until it was time for him to go back to work. So he went to his house and changed into his uniform and then went away. Ever since we met, we've never like been apart. I remember seeing him on that Friday, like just dressed up and putting in so much effort just to please me. It was just such a nice gesture to me, and I just felt like, oh, I like this guy, It came so fast, but I just knew that I liked him, and I knew he liked me too. So yeah, that's our story, guys.